Right now at 5.
We never imagined a life without her.
Her murder is still a mystery, but now new clues from surveillance video could help track down a killer. That you're looking at. Now, what makes this so shocking is this surveillance video that we're going to get for you as well. It shows Elizabeth Barraza, here we are, having a conversation with her killer, all of it in her own driveway. Tonight, more reward money is on the table thanks to Barraza's fellow Star Wars fans. Jason Miles is live from Crime Stoppers in Midtown, where family and investigators gathered earlier today. Jason?
Hey there, Mia. You know, we've all seen that surveillance video over and over and always assumed that suspect, the lady seen shooting this victim, was a woman, or at least thinking she was a woman. Well, today investigators say that's not necessarily the case. Minutes before 29-year-old Elizabeth Barraza's murder was caught on a neighbor's surveillance camera, husband Sergio Barraza said what would be his final goodbye on the way to work.
I'm just so happy that the last words I got to say to my beautiful wife was, "I love you," and she said, "I love you too."
Liz Barraza was shot multiple times in her driveway while preparing for a garage sale. She and her husband were going to use the proceeds to help pay for an anniversary trip.
I had to trade our 5th anniversary for her funeral.
Barraza's family joined Crime Stoppers and others to announce a new $20,000 reward, most of which was raised through fellow Star Wars fans, including those who honored Barraza with their lightsabers last week in the driveway where she died.
We are Liz's family. We never imagined a life without her. We still can't.
Sheriff's investigators, who don't have a clear motive, released this video of a black Nissan Frontier pickup leaving the area. And they cannot say for sure if the shooter, who appears to be a female, is in fact a woman.
It is possible that it could have been a male dressing up as a female. It could have been a male with longer hair, and it could be a female as well.
Regardless of the killer's gender, Barraza's family is anxiously awaiting an arrest.
I ask if anybody knows anything, to please come forward. Please come forward. We need justice for Liz.
Now, I should clarify, Liz Barraza was shot in her driveway. She later died at the hospital. You may have noticed those T-shirts today, Justice for Liz, printed on those shirts in a Star Wars-like design. I'm told the guy who plays Chewbacca in the Star Wars movies actually was among those who contributed to the cause. He happens to have a home near Dallas. Mia?
All right, let's hope they get some answers. In the meantime, we're going to stay on top of this story for you. You can check for the latest in the investigation, both on air and online at KHOU.com. With children just steps away, police stormed an apartment in Southwest Houston, finding guns and a whole lot of different drugs. Josh Marshall is live at the apartments on Beechnut. Josh, police had to call in a hazmat team to help with this one.
And Mia, that sounds extremely scary, but they did it for the officers' safety. They had to take those suspected substances, and right now they're testing to figure out what each one is, because they're talking about multiple drugs here. But this is a gated community, so we couldn't get inside to talk to people. So we went to the neighborhood just on the other side, who was shook up about this morning's raid. For most of us, our front yard is a reflection of who we are.
And this is a peach tree.
Carol Shire is working on her image.
I've been pruning like a bush, and I'm going to graft roses on it.
Meanwhile, she says crime in the area has never been worse.
Crime, high crime.
HPD's gang unit stormed 3 Sunset Crossing apartments, seizing what they believe is marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy, and meth.
Good, give the cops a medal.
It's crimes like this that Carol says lead to violence.
They took my car and they beat me senseless. They left me for dead.
She says a group of men did this to her face last year.
I was in the hospital. It was very bad. And I told the doctor, I don't mind being beat up, but if we live in a world where no one will help each other and no one will come to the door, I don't want to live anymore.
Carol's neighbors are looking out for her now.
Thank you.
They know.
Thank you.
That's the image they want. You could hear how the overall effect of crime in this area. We're not just talking about the apartment complex, but the entire area around it. We've been trying to get a hold of the apartment complex's manager to get inside. We haven't heard anything back. At last check, she was in court. Live in Southwest Houston, Josh Marshall, KHOU 11 News.
Thank you, Josh. We are still keeping a close eye on the measles outbreak. The number of cases remains at 6 statewide, with 5 here in the Houston area. Health officials say one of the patients, an 18-month-old Galveston boy, may be connected to other cases, 3 other cases in Harris County by family. That child had the first dose of the MMR vaccine, but is too young for the second. We have also learned that the number of Texans choosing not to vaccinate their kids has gone up by 25%. That's since 2003. The Houston measles outbreak did not exactly come out of the blue. Here's what Dr. Peter Hotez from the University of Baylor predicted back in August.
I'm worried the big one's coming. I'm very worried about measles coming back to Texas, just like it did in Minnesota last year.
Dr. Hotez said conditions were ripe for problems. He cited new numbers from the Texas Health Department that showed 57,000 students across the state were not vaccinated before school started. Time for your take. We want to know, do you think schools should have to notify parents about students who are not vaccinated? Your options here: yes, it's a health concern, or no, it's private information. You can vote on the KHOU 11 mobile app or on KHOU.com/vote now. Interested to see what you think. All right, brace yourself for a serious temperature change that is coming. It's hard to believe it's going to turn winter-like again, David, when it's pretty darn hot out there.
And it's a huge change, contrast, because today's high was 82. New record high for the day. So
I enjoyed it, though. Can I be honest?
Wasn't it nice?
Oh,
I mean,
man, I did.
It really felt like spring was coming, and at this point, we're kind of ready for it. High today was 82, way above the normal of 65, and it beat the old record set on this day back in 2017. Of 81, so we got a new record out today. All of Texas has been very, very warm, unusually warm. Even Dallas is up there at 75 right now, but this warm up won't last. Cold air, Oak City 38, Dodge City 21. That's the cold air spilling south. It gets in here tomorrow, like around midday, so here's what to expect. We get a breezy, warm evening, warm in the morning tomorrow, and then it turns cold tomorrow afternoon, back down into winter-like temperatures. I'll show you exactly what it means for the temperature drop and the wind shift as well, coming up in a couple of minutes, Mia.
President Trump made a lot of claims about the effectiveness of a border wall in his State of the Union address last night. So how do they stack up to the facts? Sherman Chow verifies.
First, he claims where there are border walls, illegal crossings go way down.
And these agents will tell you where walls go up, illegal crossings go way, way down.
We can verify this, but it needs context. According to data from the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, from 2000 to 2017, apprehensions dropped by 80 to 90% in border zones. But apprehensions dropped everywhere along the border by 82%, not just in places where there is a border wall. So, while it is true that illegal border crossings have dropped where there are border walls, if you look at the big picture, they've gone down everywhere. Then we checked out his claim about how El Paso used to have high rates of violent crime until a border wall was built. Well, here we can tell you that the president's claim is false. Crime in El Paso hit its peak in 1993 with 6,500 violent crimes. FBI data shows crime dropped drastically by 34% through 2006. That's 2 years before construction on El Paso's border wall began. Our coverage continues on KHOU.com, where we have fact-checked many more claims from both sides from last night.
And do you have something you want us to look into for you? Verify, send us an email, tweet us, post to our Facebook page as well. If you have a question, we will look into it for you. The Houston Sports Awards is back for its second year, ready to honor another round of athletes who call our city home. Matt Musil is at the blue carpet in front of the Hilton Americas.
Hey, look who just showed up, guest of honor, Dante Pastorini. Dan, congratulations, buddy.
Matt, thank you. This is very special for me and for the Love You Blue players. You know, that time in this city was very special. It was kind of Shangri-La-ish, and I'm just so tickled to be here. To quote Robert Brazil in his acceptance speech in Canton, Ohio, I'm home. You know, this is home to me, and this town has been very special to me, and I don't know what to say. I'm so honored.
How about your percenter? You always call him your brother, Wade Phillips.
Yep.
Hey, his defense was awesome in the Super Bowl.
His defense was certainly awesome. You know, I felt sorry that the offense couldn't have done more. They got a couple of bad breaks, but I was actually hoping he wasn't going to be my presenter. But I'm grateful that he and Lori are here because they're like brother and sister to me, and I love them dearly.
What's the best part about tonight? Just being named, just being honored, all the pain you suffered in this city? Or what's the best part?
Pain only lasts a little while. This lasts forever.
Awesome. Thanks, Dante.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Great to see you. Have fun tonight. Back to you guys in the studio.
Isn't that great? Congrats.